Going live. We're live. Hello, it's Bill, the knee pain guru. Welcome to Thursday, October 17th, 2019. Today we're going to talk about, do you really believe your knee pain can change? And this is a really important point because many people don't. And we'll be answering questions in a few minutes after the short presentation. So start typing in your questions over on the side. My side went away. I'm not quite sure where the side went. Hold on a second. I'm great at getting people. There we go. Okay, yes. So on the side, type in your comments about what you have going on with your knees, knee pain, doctors, physical therapists, diagnosis, exercise, whatever that is. Put that in over on the side. I use those on future videos. So the more you interact, the more you understand the distinctions and nuances required to get yourself out of pain. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe to my channel, as well as turn on notifications for future videos as I do these twice per week. So, the topic at hand, do you really believe your knee pain can change? Do you really believe your knee pain can be different? Or do you believe you are condemned to suffer for the rest of your life? It's kind of like one or the other, really. Most people suffering with knee pain get stuck in one of those two camps. And it really gets down to a point of deserving to be out of pain. A lot of people I don't really believe. I know this was true for myself. After the surgery, after the physical therapy, and I was working my way through understanding the patterns that were going on in my knee, what was going on in my body, what was going on mentally and emotionally for me, there was a place of not believing that I deserved to be out of pain and that it was always going to be the case. This was always going to be the experience for my body. And the reason this topic came up is I've been offering a 2-week basically on-ramp to my coaching programs where I've been working with clients. And I've had 4 over the past couple weeks that have distinctly presented the same sort of pattern of believing that they could be out of pain and kind of tripping themselves up that they do things that throw themselves back into pain. And it isn't that we can't get back into the healthy, active lifestyle that they wanted. It was just that they were doing distinct things that were like complete disconnect. And I attribute this to a level of trauma that's going on in the neurology. Like when you have pain for a long period of time, it changes how we move. It changes how we feel. Pain's a feeling. And it changes how we think, the decisions we make. So what ends up happening is if we have this pattern of not believing we can get out of pain or not deserving we can get out of pain, we're going to make choices that are aligned with what we believe to be true. So one of the clients that I worked with was Lorian. And she was a dancer. She was missing ligaments in her knee, ossification of the joint, bone spurs, and things like that. And she was stuck in this place of, can she ever get out of pain? Well, we started working, and over a period of 2 weeks, she was really comfortable dancing again, which was a big thing for her. And then I checked in with her like a week or so later, and it was like, yeah, I did something, and I threw myself back into pain. But she didn't follow up with any of the coaching programs that would support her process. So the body was able to feel good, but in the brain, there was a disconnect that she deserved to be out of pain. Now she's back into pain again. We'll see what she does. So that was one. Then I had another woman, Beth. Her big challenge was the disconnect between the hurt so good feeling and comfort. The true way to get out of pain is through comfort. It's distinctly different than the hurt so good feeling. And when you've been in pain for an extended period of time, there is very little contrast between pain and comfort. There is a lot of pain and maybe less pain, and then maybe not so much pain, and then the pain goes back up again. So there's a baseline of pain. So to talk about something like comfort is foreign. So when I'm giving her exercises and stretches and things to do to create comfort in there, she's still looking, there's that mental outlook, still looking for the pain. She didn't truly believe on a fundamental level that she could be out of pain. That makes it really, really challenging to get you out of pain because we're creating a contrast from pain. So we need to create something different. Your experience of pain is what you have. And when we create comfort, we're creating something contrasting and different from your current experience, which means if you have a pain level of a 9, if we get you a pain level of a 7, relatively speaking, it's more comfortable. It may not be the ideal comfort that you would like. However, that's happening over the period of 30 seconds to a minute, maybe a couple of minutes of applying comfort. If you do that over and over again, we're moving you to a place where that 7 goes down to a 5, goes down to a 4, goes down to a 1, and then pretty soon you no longer have pain anymore. You have to believe that your body is capable of doing this. And it still works. It still works. The more you're teaching your neurology how to understand what comfort is. So Beth had this challenge between the hurt so good feeling and comfort. We had Patrick. Patrick was focusing on everything he didn't want to do. He didn't want to have a knee replacement. He didn't want to have pain in his knee. He didn't want to go through painful physical therapy. He didn't want stem cells. He didn't want shots. Yet that's all he was talking about. That was his entire conversation with me. And I was like, okay, well, what are we on the phone here for? If you're here to talk about shots and knee replacement surgery and stuff like that, I'm not your guy. I'm the guy that's going to help you get out of pain. And the more time we spend talking about the stuff that you don't want, the less time we're going to talk about how I'm going to show you how to get out of pain. So there was a fundamental belief that he couldn't get out of pain. And it really got to an underlying level of not trusting himself. And there is a disconnect of trust that happens in the body when the knee gives out or the knee's in pain all the time. Like we don't trust the knee to be able to be there to hold us up. How we stand in the world as a man or as a woman is directly related to our ability to trust our legs or trust our knees in this case. So getting to these underlying core sticking points, places that we get tripped up all the time, every day, and we could follow that back and back and back to when we were little. Go back there. That's where the sticking point happened. And right now, what we're dealing with as adults is just the ripple effect from what happened back then. There was one more person I want to talk about. It was Robert. He felt good. Like his knee was doing good. His body, and it was similar to that of Lorian, there was this place where he felt good, and then he felt so good he got really active, not realizing that his body has not healed. Like the knee had not healed. Whatever was going on with his knee, the arthritis, or the bone on bone, or the dynamics that he was challenged with, there was this place where his body felt great, but he wasn't prepared for how good his body felt. It would be like throwing the keys to a Corvette to a 16-year-old. Yeah, they know how to drive a car, but they don't understand the power that that car has, that car is capable of. So they'll hit the gas and then they'll hit a tree because they don't have the experience of understanding how to steer or understanding how to brake in a turn or whatever the case is with that kind of power. This is what happens when we start lining up with our ability to heal, our nervous system's ability to heal what's going on in your knees. And this 2-week period, I was like basically handing the keys to these people who want results, and they get results. They just can't comprehend the results that they've gotten in such a short period of time because they've struggled with stuff that doesn't work for so long. So it's a little bit of, Bill, show me the results. I show you the results, but are you able to handle it? That's the real question. And then on the other side of, are you handling it? Are you able to handle it? Are you willing to do the work that's going to continue that momentum? That's the key. 2 weeks, not a big deal. However, do you want to have strong, healthy, mobile joints the rest of your life? It's a different game. It's a different level of playing. So the component that Robert got into was he felt good. He did something to throw himself back into pain. And then it's the follow-on beating himself up that he did something wrong. Well, how many can relate to the parents that it was like, I did something wrong, and now my parents are going to chew my ass out because I did something wrong. So there's this kind of this story playing in a lot of our brains, mine at times, about if we beat ourselves up more than anyone else, then it's somehow okay. Anyhow, it's all about, you got to pay attention to the internal state of what's going on. So when you get your knees comfortable and you look at that activity that you're going to do, whatever that activity is, and you're like, I'm not so sure if my knee's going to make it through or it's going to make my knee pain worse. Well, odds are it's going to make your knee pain worse, and you're not ready. You're not ready. You're not ready to drive the Corvette. Let's start with a Chevy, Cavalier, something real low end. The point of what I'm saying is that there's layers and levels to this game. Not everybody's ready for it. But those that are, I'd encourage you to go to my website, The Knee Pain Guru. Get on my newsletter list, thekneepainguru.com. Get on my newsletter list. If you're receiving this through the newsletter, because I promote this in the newsletter, there is a link below this video in the email that you receive this in to sign up for my 2-week private coaching package that I'm offering for October. Okay, I don't see any questions. This must have covered everything everybody has to understand and know about knee pain, which I am happy to hear. Let's see. Next video is going to be on Monday, October, 21st. That is the next one. I'm going to scoot. No questions. You had your chance. Remember, you gotta move forward. There's a thing with people with knee pain, like literally. There is this component. If you look at any of Louise Hay's work, the knee is the fear of moving forward, of stepping forward. It's you. You're welcome, Isabel. Okay, I'm going to scoot. Bill Paravano, the Knee Pain Guru, going to sign off for today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.